All right, in this tutorial, we're going to go over some types of linear equations that are going to give you a different type of solution. So anytime you are solving for a variable with a linear equation, there are always going to be three different types of solutions. So the first one is just going to be your regular old basic one solution. You're probably very familiar with these types of answers. You're going to see something like x equals 2, or a singular number with a variable by itself. That is the only one true solution that is going to fit inside this equation. Your next option is to have no solutions. Okay, and your option for getting a no solution, so let's say you're reducing your equations all the way down, your variable somehow disappears, but the only thing you're left with is an equation that cannot be true, like 4 equals 5. 4 can never be 5, 5 will never be 4, no matter how hard it tries. So there's no possible way that you can get this 4 to become a 5, which means your answer is no solution. And then your last and final option is infinite solutions. And another word for infinite is all of the solutions, every single possible real number. And what that's going to look like is when you're reducing it all the way down is a scenario where you get the exact same number is equal to itself when the variable disappears. And that's going to be, yes, 7 is always a 7 for every single scenario. It doesn't matter. So that's going to be an infinite solution. So let's determine the number of the solutions for some of these. 5y equals 10 plus 6y. Now I've got y's on both sides, but I'm going to want to move this 6y over with the other y so that it's away from the number. So let's go ahead and subtract 6y on both sides. And 5y minus 6y is negative y equals 10. And then you get rid of the negative 1 out in front by dividing. And we're left with y equals negative 10. So since that is the one solution, the number of solutions is one solution. All right, now let's look over on the next one. 5x plus 8 minus 7x equals negative 4x plus 1. Let's go ahead and combine our x's together. 5x minus 7x is a negative 2x. I'm going to go ahead and move my 2x over to the... Actually, I'm going to move the 4x over to the left side. So we have 8 plus 2x equals 1. Then let's go ahead and subtract the 8 on both sides. I'm going to run out of room, so let's bring it up over here on the right. 2x, 1 minus 8 is negative 7. And then you divide by 2 on both sides. This fraction cannot be reduced, so that is negative 7 over 2, which means that it is one solution. So both those examples you are familiar with already. If, let's say this was a 2x and negative 2 plus 2 gave us 0, we would have gotten 8 equals 1 on this side, which would have been a no solution because 8 can never be equal to 1. So that's just an example of what that might look like and some more practice with getting your one solution answers.